This premier trade and investment event, IATF 2023, will provide a unique and valuable platform for businesses to access an integrated African market of over 1.3 billion people with a GDP of over $3.5 trillion created under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Be part of the AU Youth Startup Program, which will have a dedicated pavilion for youth startups in Africa, where they will showcase their innovative ideas, prototypes, goods and services. The IATF will provide opportunities for matchmaking with venture capitalists, entrepreneurship training, networking amongst the youth and other delegates at the trade fair. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,600 exhibitors and over 35,000 attendees from more than 75 exhibiting countries. Participate in trade and investment deals worth $43 billion as business and government come together to explore business opportunities. The AU Youth Startup Program is anchored around 8 other verticals, and these are the Trade Exhibition, Trade and Investment Forum, a B2B and B2G platform, Country Days, IATF Virtual, Creative Africa Nexus, the Africa Automotive Show, and Diaspora Day. To participate and register for the AU Youth Startup Program, send your inquiry today to info@intraafricantradefair.com. The African Export-Import Bank, African Union Commission, AfCFTA Secretariat and the Arab Republic of Egypt invite you to join us from the 9th to the 15th of November at IATF 2023 in Cairo, Egypt. Intra-African Trade Fair, connecting African markets. For more information, visit www.intraafricantradefair.com. Premier Trade and Investment Event, IATF 2023 will provide a unique and valuable platform for businesses to access an integrated African market of over 1.3 billion people with a GDP of over $3.5 trillion created under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Be part of the AU Youth Startup Program, which will have a dedicated pavilion for youth startups in Africa, where they will showcase their innovative ideas, prototypes, goods and services. The IATF will provide opportunities for matchmaking with venture capitalists, entrepreneurship training, networking amongst the youth and other delegates at the trade fair. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,600 exhibitors and over 35,000 attendees from more than 75 exhibiting countries. Participate in trade and investment deals worth $43 billion as business and government come together to explore business opportunities. The AU Youth Startup Program is anchored around 8 other verticals, and these are the Trade Exhibition, Trade and Investment Forum, a B2B and B2G platform, Country Days, IATF Virtual, Creative Africa Nexus, the Africa Automotive Show, and Diaspora Day. To participate and register for the AU Youth Startup Program, send your inquiry today to info@intraafricantradefair.com. The African Export-Import Bank, African Union Commission, AfCFTA Secretariat and the Arab Republic of Egypt invite you to join us from the 9th to the 15th of November at IATF 2023 in Cairo, Egypt. Intra-African Trade Fair, connecting African markets. For more information, visit www.intraafricantradefair.com.
can hear me. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. We are just starting. Let me know whether you can hear us where you are. I think we are live on Facebook and YouTube. I can also see Twitter as well, and a lot of Facebook groups as well, including my own Africa Women in Europe page. Welcome, everyone. If you're here, you are not here, or you know anyone who will be interested, you just saw what we're going to be talking about today. It's all about an IATF event that is coming at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair that is coming next month. We are talking about very few weeks. So there are a lot of information to share with you today, and I'm honored we have our guests here to give you information. This is also for everyone. The good thing about this is for us diaspora, there's something for you diasporans too. And you should share with your friends, and let me know where you're listening us from on the chat, wherever you are. We'll be able to follow you up and share with your friends who really think that this would be very interesting, because information is everything, and we need to learn how to share. So I am very honored today on the platform Africa Women in Trade, our monthly webinar. Some of you who don't know us, we have been existing over 3 years now, and we are very happy to have partnered in this particular movement in marketing for this particular event. Among that, we also have our own monthly webinar informing our women and men. Over 4,000 women we have on all our platform. And right now, as you know, we have also just upgraded and registered ourselves in Nairobi, Kenya. That's why, and you see, we have abbreviated ourselves as AfWITrade, Africa Women in Trade. It's still the full name, but we have now registered in having a station in Africa, in the continent, also to be able to work with all of you in Kenya. So this is something that we are very excited that we are going to work with you in the future, and also exchanging with you a lot information. Right now, as you can, if you haven't registered as a member, our website is www.africawomenintrade.com. That's the Africa Women in Trade. Let me correct that, because we don't have the African, is Africa Women in Trade. And there you'll be able to connect with us with a lot of women in different areas. We're looking for marketers. You all know our pillars. We always have 4 pillars, very strong 4 pillars, which I need always to emphasize and remind you that the first one is sharing information, and that's what we're here today, especially the webinars, and therefore giving you information what we are happening. And the second pillar, which is the market access. I know all you women love to hear that. I hope you followed us. Last week you were in Anuga, a trade fair as well, here in Germany, where I'm stationed, looking for markets for women. And we have very good news for you if you have been following, especially the registered members. Very, very important for you to register because we want to work with serious women who want to go into businesses and getting market access. That's a popular number 2. Number 3 one in investments. And once you get all these orders, we always say that's when you need to get the money to help you to move on to the next level, to grow. And as well, if you're a startup. But Africa Women in Trade work with women who are already in business, helping you to elevate to the next level of trade. That means start in your country where you are and try explore with your new products, whether it's getting the markets. And after exhausting that, let's look at the cross borders. And that's the time you get to work with us. And when it comes to trading, what you need to know, all the changes that are happening, especially us who are working very closely with Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which I ask you, the first time you're hearing this, you need to really know what it means. It's AfCFTA, Africa Continental Free Trade Area. I'm a very champion, and I really love the idea of trading and having one market to be able to sell our own products within the continent and having markets within us, and also enabling that environment where it's possible to trade. So I'm not going to push you so far because we reached only number 3 pillar. The last one is capacity building. We partner with organizations, ITC, She Trades. You have never had She Trades, Google She Trades. They have a lot of free trainings for you in any direction, branding, name it, even all the way to licenses, and also structuring yourself in business, even in the startup area as well, venturing about trade, and also policies as well. They inform you quite a lot of what policies and regulations are needed in your area. So SheTrade is also one of our partner. Also, we partner with other organizations help you with certifications, especially if you're looking for markets in Europe. We do have trainings for that to have the right certificates, and we have success stories in that, where some of us are already in that, already managed to jump in that level, and others are jumping on that level as well. So there's so much to share there. So let me not spend so much time, because today it's about the event, and I'm going to invite, we had two guests who had joined. I think one has just dropped, but I can see Evashnee is here, and I'm going to add her here with me. Good afternoon. No, you're in morning, right? It's
Morning.
just about afternoon, right?
Yes. So good morning, good afternoon to everyone.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. I saw your colleague had joined. I hope she'll be able to join again. Also, we also have also another lady who's also participating with this event as well. Will be joining us as well. Linda, I can see you've been trying to join. Also join us as well. So yeah. So without really I really want to give you the stage, because I'm one of the fan of IATF, because I followed it right from the beginning. But I started with Durban, where you were in Durban, and I was very excited of what you're doing, creating opportunities for traders to meet buyers and sellers, and also a lot of deals were closed there. And what I like about this year, which is with you guys, we don't know, it's in Cairo, Egypt, where I'll be going as well. I'm very happy about that. Just sorting out my visas. And then after that, we'll be joining you. But the thing I like about it is there was the diaspora concept again. I also touch on that as well, because it's interesting, because we have a lot of diaspora and here who are interested to know more about it and how they can access. So the stage is just introduce yourself, and I'm happy to share your presentation as soon as you give me the go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, I'm ready to present. So thank you once again. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to Africa Women in Trade. Um, we appreciate the opportunity to bring on board um, all organizations that are passionate about trade in Africa. I don't know if the slides are showing yet.
Let me do that. Yes, yeah.
So, as Joy mentioned, the Inter-African Trade Fair will be taking place on the 9th to the 15th of November in Cairo, Egypt. It's taking place at the Al Manara Conference Center and the Egypt International Exhibition Center. And the objectives of IATF are obviously to bring together continental and global players, to serve as a marketplace, to provide a platform for trade, to share trade and investment information, and also to bring the key products and services of our key partner, which is Afreximbank. It is a multi-sectorial pan-African event, so there's sectors for everyone to get involved in. And as Joy mentioned, we now in our third edition with really good numbers and growth that has happened during the event. So when we initiated the event in 2018, there was over 32 billion rand, billion US dollars, sorry, worth of trade that was done at the event. We had for the inaugural event 7,000 visitors. There was 45 exhibiting countries, and we have had over 1,000 exhibitors. That number grew in 2021 with over 42 billion US dollars worth of trade and investment, 32,000 visitors, 69 exhibiting countries, and over 1,500 exhibitors that were in attendance in 2021 in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. The projections for 2023, we're looking at 43 billion US dollars worth of trade and investment, over 35,000 visitors, and over 1,600 exhibitors coming from 55 African countries and having a presence of 75 countries globally. So the event is a massive event. It is a mega event taking place over 7 days. And there is activities that take place over the 7 days. I will give you a brief overview of the 7-day program. But we have 8 verticals that take place over those days, actually 9, which include the Trade Exhibition, Trade and Investment Forum, which is our conference, the Creative African Nexus, our B2B and B2G platform, which is our buyers program, IATF Virtual, Country Days, the IATF AU Startup Program, Africa Automotive Show, and as Joy mentioned, we have also included now the Diaspora Day. So the trade exhibition allows for speed networking sessions, B2B exchanges, pre-scheduled appointments, online and on-site business matchmaking, and a hosted buyers program. So the trade exhibition is for all types of businesses, whether you're part of a country pavilion, a large corporate, an SMME, you can participate at the event. So, as mentioned, the 7-day program, there's activities that take place throughout the 7 days, with highlights taking place, stuff overlapping. So there's a lot of activities. Our trade and investment conference, for example, takes place over 4 days. Our trade exhibition is for the full 7 days of the program. Our automotive show takes place over 2 days. Our Canex forum is over a day. So there's a lot of engagement activities that take place over the 7 days. We also have country days. And we have the dedicated Diaspora Day that will be taking place on the 10th of November. So, another aspect of the event, which is really interesting, and also for those of you that can't join physically, we have a virtual aspect of the event. So the event is actually replicated on an online platform, which is the IATF Virtual, which you can register for and be a virtual visitor. But you can also have a booth online, which allows you a year-round platform to buyers and sellers. So this virtual booth stays live for 12 months. So it can be live before the event and continues to be live after the event, but for a full 12-month period, you have promotion for the event. It allows you to access the buyers and sellers that are coming to the platform. During the 7 days, we anticipate an additional 15,000 virtual attendees that will be joining the platform. As the Trade and Investment Forum is also streamed, we then anticipate that this number will increase for those key days as well. You can find out more from Joy also on how you can participate in terms of the IATF Virtual. Also, the B2B and B2G and the Africa Buyers Program, we support buyers and we ensure that buyers are actively participating in the event. We bring buyers to our exhibitors, ensuring that the engagement for our exhibitors is fruitful. I know that Joy wanted me to touch on the Diaspora Day, which I'll just go back to. So the Diaspora Day will actually allow the discussions around diaspora participating in IATF. It will be a cultural and gastronomy experience, bringing food from all over Africa, creating a hub of cultural experience and entertainment that basically highlights the African experience and the networks that the diaspora bring. So it's very important that we obviously highlight and bring diaspora to our event to ensure that we have, from all walks of life, Africans engaging with Africa, the trade and investment of Africa within Africa. And the Diaspora Day just looks to highlight this platform. So I'd like to encourage everyone to register for the Inter-African Trade Fair. Our website is www.interafricantradefair.com. We have 2 days left for registration. We would like to encourage people to register within the time frame provided, just to ensure that you have your visa sorted. Please visit our website and visit our visit and plan page, where you can see discounts that are available in terms of travel and accommodation, as well as easy links that you can follow for your visa processing and application. So that's it from me, and I'll take any other questions that might be had.
Yeah, muted. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think I was muted there. Thank you for that information. And I think it's quite a compact information for so many people here. And as you have said, there is a website we have around, which I'll share here with you so that you're able to join. And maybe you can type that on the comment if you see that there, so that everybody can see that, and I can share with you here. and as you heard, we have, you said 2 days for the, if you are coming there in person, it's 25th.
So we would like to encourage people to register before the 25th. Those deadlines obviously might be extended, but we're also trying to avoid the issues with visa. So currently, we submit all registered attendees to the embassies to assist with that visa processing. But we're also aware that some countries are experiencing challenges with their visa issues. So obviously, the earlier you book, the earlier you can get your visa letter from the portal, and it just helps facilitate that. We also have been informed that there's an influx of flights and accommodation. So, just to ensure that your planning is done properly, we would like to encourage that early registration.
Yeah, so that's very quite useful, and I find very nice. All the information, like the letters, is online. You can download them and use them when you're applying for visas. And apart from the exhibition, also as visitors, is also very nice for them to come, right, and learn something new and connect. What do you think about that?
So, I'd like to remind everyone that registration is free for those visitors. So, yes, it's a fantastic opportunity to learn, to experience. I think that's also part of the event. The event is massive. It offers a lot, um, from a African trade fair perspective. It is one of the biggest events out there, so it allows you to experience what a big trade fair is. But the nice thing is that you're doing trade with Africa. It encourages trade within Africa, and it also opens the opportunities of what is out there. We have, sometimes we have very limited exposure to the products that we have in Africa, the quality of the products that we have, the range of products that we have in Africa. We so quick to go to our shops and buy, um, but I always make the example of Ferrero Rocher. Have you ever gone and, Ferrero Rocher is the thing that you want to have, and it's this indulgence that you look forward to. But chocolate in Africa is more amazing than that. My kids always talk about the taste of Ghana because the richness of the chocolate is incredible. But unless we're exposed to those products, we will not know the actual goods that we have in Africa, and the quality of that. We always look to European products and products that are coming imported from from abroad, but the quality of products that we have is actually higher quality. It's just that we don't have exposure to them.
Mm-hmm.
Materials and garments from Nigeria, honey products from Algeria, tea from Kenya. The list goes on and on.
I
But we
know.
have these products, yes.
Yeah. And it's amazing the way you're listing there, because I was in an expo here in Germany, and all these products were demanded, and people are now wanting to go directly on the ground. And talking about that, and that's where we talk about they are sellers. Now, what about the buyers? Because we have some buyers here who are listening here, because in the diaspora we also have very vibrant women and men who are buyers. How do that look like for them coming in?
So, as you know, we have our buyer portal, right? So, if you go onto our registration page on www.interafricantradefair.com and click on register, there is actually a portal where you can register as a buyer. And when you register and confirmed as a buyer, it allows you to have meetings with exhibitors. So you can actually look at the profiles of those exhibitors, see if they meet your requirements, and engage with them. So we're looking at having over 50,000 pre-scheduled meetings before the event, and these are meetings between buyers and sellers. The portal allows you to do business matchmaking, so it obviously will highlight exhibitors that meet your requirements. So, for example, if you are in renewable energy looking for copper, it will bring you to the forefront of Zambian exporters in copper that are looking to do business with you. There's
Wow.
also speed networking sessions.
Mhm.
The engagement with those buyers, I mean, those sellers can happen even post show, because everything is done also on the virtual platform and replicated there. We're going to have a buyers lounge, so engagements can happen all the time. And you'll also be advised on any networking sessions that are happening throughout the event.
Wow, wow. And you all had that. So when you're registering, really look for the right, because there is a visitor, there's a buyer, there's a sellers, exhibitors as well. And as you
Yes.
have heard, it's free to join as a visitor as well, and as a buyer, of course. Only if they want to exhibit and have a stand, then they can do that in 2 days. But the good thing, we have the virtual opportunity as well, that they can also book a stand, a virtual booth, to which is also available. So anyone here should not even, they should already register, because it's going to be broadcasted, if I understand, some of the session, or how is that?
Yes, so we're going to have live streams of certain sessions, but I can say that yes, you will be getting a taste of what the event has to offer. But if you think about it, 9 verticals across 7 days, across multiple parallel side events, the Trade and Investment Conference, it alone has about 5 parallel sessions. So it's a lot. So what you will be getting, not to say that the virtual platform is not an opportunity to get, but it offers a taste of what the event is. The physical event is definitely where you want to be.
Wow, that's quite important, and it's also important for them to know how often this happens. To know they have to wait a little bit longer for the next one if they miss.
I mean, just to even if people are just trying to gauge what the event is about, I would encourage you to go to our IATF virtual. There's highlights from 2021 that are on there. There's video recaps. There's also sessions from our road shows. So it just gives a feeler of the magnitude of the event.
So how often does it happen, so that they have the
every
feeling?
2 years every
And
2 years. But obviously on the year before the event happens, so like this year we would have been doing a number of road shows, in country road shows. So some participants in the audience would have heard of the Inter-African Trade Fair, because we would have visited the countries. And the road shows in themselves also bring quite a bit of participation.
yeah, great. I can see quite a lot of people here. They are giving me the vibes that they're listening here. We have people from South Africa as well. And that is Chantel. Thank you for joining, one of our members. We have Uganda. We also have Tanzania. Welcome, welcome, Pede. And then we also have, who else is here? Libya as well. Good morning. I'm listening from Liberia, welcome. I see Nigeria as well. We're recognizing you all. Good morning. I'm listening from Abuja. Yes, get your ticket. You're very close to it. You can easily join us. I've registered and we'll be going for my visa process today. Well done. So you're like me. Let's do that. I can see from Italy here, Maria. She's one of a very powerful lady, and she's also. You should come with me to this one, and one of buyers as well. Very interested supporting Africa from Italy. Welcome as well, and join us as well in Cairo. And then we also have Cameroon. Thank you so much. I don't see question. You guys, are you satisfied with everything? Just ask your question. Any question is good question, because I don't want you to ask me many questions if you have not had a chance to this is the only chance to get so close with these people. Otherwise, you'll only see them on the ground. Actually, we are talking of around 2 weeks, right? It's not that
Yes.
far. It's if I remember well, the time is very close. Let's not be the like African lastminute.com, because that we're gonna be very expensive. And as usual, so let's plan. Ali, I think I booked my ticket, I think 3 months ago or something. Because I
Well, that's
wanted
good planning. It's good planning and a very cost-effective way of doing things. Now that I see also the countries that the participants and listeners are from, I also just want to mention that obviously the event is in 6 languages, so don't just be disparaged. We can cater for everyone on the African
yes,
continent.
that's true. Thank you for my. I can see a question now. What about our go to travel to Egypt? Because if they're exhibitors, there's quite a lot involved there.
So you can, so if you are already registered as an exhibitor, we do offer exhibitor information on our portals. We have engaged with the government of Egypt, and you're allowed to carry your goods as um, uh, part of your luggage. So the two carry on or luggages that you send through, it can be put in your luggage, so that's they allowing it. And then there's no taxes that will be allowed on that. If you have obviously cargo, there is 25% discount on Egypt Air for cargo that you're carrying. But if it fits within 2 bags, you can take it with you on the plane.
Yes.
And then there will be obviously some of the um, you know the processing with that, and the customs clearance on that will be obviously waived because you're an IATF participant.
Yeah, so what I also try to educate my members is that these are B2B, if I'm correct, not B2C. So it's a lot of exchanging contract. Is that right?
Well, I mean, it's a platform for everyone. So we also do have business to consumer. But I think like also just in terms of I think like big deals, it is a platform to create those big deals. But there's visitors, we targeting a lot of people that would come there just to view your products and buy.
Yeah. So what I come with this is that women, if you're listening to me and you're going to want to exhibit, prepare samples. Yeah. Smaller version of whatever you want. That's why it's easy to go with a suitcase. And I've trained you to do B2B and B2C, the difference, and so that you don't have so much luggage at the end and having them lost. The logistic in the continent complicated. Make them smaller samples to give out to anyone who's ready to work with you. And this is the most important. And then bring your business cards as well. Very important. Business cards, these are always talks a lot about you and your product. And if you have a catalog of your products as well, small flyers, speak much more closer to the people with photos, make them much easier to present yourself. I know we did an exhibition in Cape Town. You'll not believe we were there in South Africa last year. And we had issues with logistics, but the whole idea, the women carried quite a lot, and we lost a lot of products in between and not on time because of this starting very late. So make sure you're there, you do them a little bit earlier. And something else I'm seeing here also coming up now is how much is the exhibition space. And I know I was going to be given a discount, but I'm still have to get it out from the from your team. I don't know whether they passed it on to you, but we can share if you have it. If not, we'll come back to you. We also have the virtual. We have the virtual is the one that is coming up. The exhibition, I think we already have that, but just go ahead and share that. I know you're looking for it, but meantime, as soon as you get it, let me just continue acknowledging you.
So in terms of the exhibition, we obviously have information available on the website, and I think that especially in terms of exhibition space and the cost, you can send an inquiry to our customer service, which is online, just so that we can provide you with the costs that are relevant to you.
Okay, and if you are if Africa Women in Trade, reach out to us. That's info at Africa Women in Trade at gmail.com. At the moment, we are still getting the right email, and then we'll be able to to follow up on that. I'm just seeing a question here that has been asked. Okay. I don't see the question, but Mercy, please put it up on the text if there's any question. I know you're listening there, but I can't see the question you want to ask here. But we do ask that we get on the quiz, the respond much quicker if you write it on the chat. I know we are not seeing all of them. Some of them are in the group. I'll go there as well. But meanwhile, if someone else is answering a question here, if you are you able to see that? Had an issue registering as an exhibitor after several times I tried. I didn't get an email confirmed, so I ended up registering as a visitor. Will I still be allowed to carry my goods?
So as you can't just register as a as an exhibitor. You would have had to confirm your exhibition contract and package. You will then receive a link that is obviously that we share with our exhibitors, so that they can then upload the information on the exhibitor portal. So that might have been the issue that you have. If your company is registered as an exhibitor, they would have received that link in order for their participants to join the portal. Yes, you will still be allowed to carry your goods, but as mentioned, obviously there's limitations to the goods that you can carry on with you onto the plane. Weight exceeding that would then have to be considered as cargo, and you would then have to ship that as cargo.
Okay, I hope we've answered you well. There's another one, the question now coming up. Is everyone staying near the exhibition space, perhaps? Is everyone staying near? Okay, they mean the hotels then. I didn't understand. Do you understand the question? Is everyone staying near the exhibition space?
So there's obviously on our website under the visit and plan page, there is indication of how close the hotels are. There's obviously a lot of accommodation that is available in Egypt. We would encourage that you obviously stay within Cairo or New Cairo, just so that it is closer to the conference area. So you can have an indication of all the hotels that are near that proximity, and also staying in the nearer proximity of the event also then means that you have access to the shuttle services that will also be available on site.
Okay, and then may I know the eligibility requirements? You just have to be a trader. Do you have to have eligibility requirements?
I mean, the only requirement is that you're looking to trade within Africa, and that you're looking to do business. But we obviously, because exhibitors are paying to attend, and it's a multi-sectorial event. There's no limitations there. In terms of a buyer, we obviously screen those that are looking to be identified as buyers to ensure that you are doing business within Africa and that you have purchasing power. As sellers, would agree that we want people that can do business. It's not people that are sourcing. There is opportunity to look for funding, um, but we want to ensure that people, when meeting with people, when networking, understand what they're there for and what is the capabilities of their business, so that the engagements are fruitful.
Okay, okay. I see here I am a coffee farmer and producer, so it's just coffee products. I am coming with ITC. Okay, somebody just confirming they're coming. Well done, well done. I hope the ITC is also part of your partner, right?
Yes, yes, it's one of our partners and one of our ambassadors.
Okay, great. And then what is I don't understand this. From Mante, you can issue the products, but in Egypt so far we don't need it. We need commercial invoice and packaging this for cargo to check on the data before shipping. Are you working with this person, or maybe it's answering somebody? Do you know them? Okay. So this information, I don't think uh,
Also, just to note that so we do have, yeah, I'm not sure why she's saying kindly note carry on is not approved to enter the show. Um, but there is a list of prohibited goods that are on our website, and you can have a look at those goods that are prohibited specifically for Egypt and what cannot obviously be brought into the conference venue.
Okay, okay. Good. I think we are exhausted all our questions, just about to close. But as you heard, there's quite a lot of opportunities there to exhibit. Reach out to us, and we are happy to actually give you more information because we are one of their marketing ambassadors I mentioned earlier, and we want to make sure that you have the ideas what is happening, so that you don't say, Joy, when I send my photos, nice photo from Egypt, because they also you can visit the Egypt. If you have never been there, like me, will be my first time. Tourism, I'm sure, is very encouraged in the city, right? How is the situation right now?
Yes, yes, yes. So we also have recently partnered with a tour company that's looking at doing pre and post show tours. So if you want to have a little fun before, after, or during the show, and experience, obviously, what Cairo has to offer, it's only once in a lifetime that you could go see pyramids and all the other interesting things that are on offer. Egypt, and Cairo specifically, is a beautiful city. The views are really beautiful. Um, so I would also encourage that you look on our website, have a look at the tours that are available, and see what is obviously within your abilities. Um, I just want to say that, just the Giza pyramids is about 45-minute drive from Cairo city central. The Nile is obviously in downtown Cairo, which is about 20-30 minutes away from the
Mhm.
exhibition center. So if you want to have a look at the Nile, take a boat ride on the Nile, that's also available. Um, but if you wanted to see things like the Valley of the Kings or the coastline, that is 7 hours away. So that requires a bit of planning if you wanted to do any further exploration.
Thank you for that, because it's quite interesting for some people who manage to come in, and it's not just about business, also in the culture and the environment. Could you tell us about dressing code, because it's an interesting country? I noticed that, and I was like, oops, I didn't even think about it.
So I would encourage, so the temperature decreases as they go into November. It gets a lot cooler. Obviously, for those of us that are not used to that extreme heats, 20, 23, 24, 25 still is reasonable and nice weather. It's not freezing. The evenings do get a lot chillier, so I would encourage that you at least bring a jacket. We're not used to that Middle East blazing, so for us it'll be, I think, comfortable weather, if I can call it that. For those of us coming from the southern eastern parts of Africa, those of us coming from the west might find it a little bit cooler than you used to. So just dress comfortably. I would encourage that you obviously wear clothes for the culture that is there. I would encourage like loose clothing, arms covered, just to be respectful of the culture within the country.
Yes, that's I read. Long, I think trousers are okay, right? And long.
Trousers are fine. Yeah, I mean, anything below the knee, I think it is a business event as well. I think that's also that what we aim to also communicate. I think besides the culture, it is a business event. So how you would dress for a business meeting would be how you would dress for the show.
Okay, great. So just everything has to be below your knee. So that's the most important.
I mean, I think that's what you would go to a business meeting with,
No,
right?
I mean, just to observe the culture, because
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Anything that you would wear respectfully
okay,
to a business meeting would
okay,
be
good.
suitable.
We just want to make sure we're not in trouble, and we end up doing the business we want to do there. So I
Yes.
think I can see quite a lot of people will be coming. So that's the link I'm sharing with you here. It has all the information you want, really quite a lot. And that's why I called her here to digest for us verbally. And what we'll do, we'll also share this on it's all recorded on YouTube, on Facebook, so you can listen to it again. And those one who are listening now, you can also ask your question on the chat. We'll try to answer your questions. And the other part is that we also, if you're coming and you're from Africa Women in Trade, pin me. I know you have my number because you're on the WhatsApp group, and we can have a group where we are all together to find out where you are and everything else. Right now, we are still negotiating where we can have side event. We will see how lucky or join other events that are happening. And one of our members, she just was supposed to join here, she dropped off. She mentioned we are also having a side event with if I'll get it very quickly, I'll mention about it. And if you're in tourism, this is a good one to join with them. It's about it. They have it at tour. Just 1 second so that I give you the right information. It will be unlock African tourism potential through the intra-trade. Linda, if you're there, you can join in. Otherwise, I'll just share with them. It'll be on the 11th from 9 to 12. 11th November, 9 to 12. And we'll be working with them as well, seeing how we can also part in this in terms of trade tours, something that we like to do as we travel as traders. And I'm hoping the package of tourism has also trade tours. To see some of these industrial parks that are there, and learning from the others as well. So I think I see quite a lot of people in Nigeria here as well. Good to be here. I'm Grace from Zwane. Thank you so much. Ghana, welcome. We are going to, which is also an update. Some of you who are in Ghana, you should know we are having our Africa Women in Trade Expo coming up in Ghana in 2024. So we swap with the IATF. They have 1 year and we have the other one, because they also have every 2 years. So next year we'll be in Ghana, and we're sure we'll be partnering with a lot of people when we go to IATF, and then we'll be able to network with them as well. Reach out to me. I'll be there in person, God willing, of course. and we will be networking with you all. And I don't think there's anything else we have missed to talk about until now, unless there's something burning. Otherwise, I'll let you give us the last parting word, and then we look forward to the next webinar with the next topics that are coming up in the future. I give you the chance to give you our last word.
I think that I covered everything, but I would just like to encourage everyone, obviously, to visit our website to register. Thank you again for allowing me to join your platform and share what we have to offer in terms of the Inter-African Trade Fair. And remember that there's 2 days left for registration, so please register as soon as you can.
Great, great, great. And I'm just sharing there also Africa Women in Trade website there, and also Africa Women in Africa Women in Trade. We also have an email, which is africawomenintrade@gmail.com. So we are very happy to have had you here. We have exchanged quite a lot of information. I don't think we missed any. I think there are more questions coming up. But if you have missed your question, we'll check on it later and work on it. But we'll be happy to follow up later. We have only 1 hour, as you can know. It's everybody's busy working, and we don't want to keep you so long. But reach out to us. We are happy. That's our email, africawomenintrade@gmail.com. If you're interested to come, or you're coming and you want to connect with us, we're going to create a WhatsApp group for us who are going there, so that we can interact, the ones I've seen who are coming. And if you're there, you can pin me as well, so that we have a good networking and also sharing information where it's happening. So thank you so much, everyone. And I'll end the meeting by giving you an overview of the actual whole video, talking about the whole event as we close. So thank you so much, Evashnee, for coming.
Thank you, Joy.
Appreciate the last minute call. You really accepted it. We just planned very fast this meeting because we didn't want to have it before the deadline. The 2 days, guys, those ones want to exhibit. Only those ones exhibit. The others, I don't think also the registration for everyone else, for visitors, maybe I got it wrong.
No, so I like to encourage, obviously, people also that are looking to exhibit to do, because they would also have their visas and applications that they would need to sort out. But obviously, in terms of exhibitors, there's a lot more that goes on into the process to ensure that you are properly allocated onto the floor plan, so that we have your artwork that needs to go on. So if you're an exhibitor, I suggest you register today to confirm your participation.
Great. So the visitors is ongoing registration. I guess on the day, if you're lucky to jump in the last few days, visitors registration is ongoing all throughout, if I understand that right. So who are coming to network.
Yes. So, but obviously, in terms of visas, we would like, if you do not leave it for the end of, because you might be disappointed if you can't get your visas in time. Flights are also limited, as mentioned.
Thank you. It's also for our Egypt who are hearing this for the first time, our members in Cairo or in Egypt, those who don't need visa, please don't say that this is a chance for you, because you'll not be paying any transportation and very far distance. We are already in your country, and I know a lot of you who have already confirmed they will be there. Share with that information with people in Egypt as well, so that they can be part of these women. We are leading in trade. In Africa, 70% of us, we should be well represented there. And we have offered you all these opportunities. The table is there. It's up to you now to get a chair and sit on it. Yeah, and not saying that, pointing our finger. We are presenting it to you here and making sure that you have the information. And you can join us in person or in virtual, as I said. So you have all the opportunity, get to know about them, because they come every 2 years. Don't miss out on this one. The next one will be very far away. Make maximum use when it's closer to you. So thank you so much, and I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, whenever you are. We're just heading to the afternoon here, and see you in Cairo, Egypt. And I'm so excited to also meet a lot of you. Probably you'll also be there. We'll meet you in person there, and finally and take advantage of the opportunities of being on the platform. Thank you, and I wish you all a good afternoon. Bye-bye for now.
Africa's premier trade and investment event, IATF 2023 will provide a unique and valuable platform for businesses to access an integrated African market of over 1.3 billion people with a GDP of over 3.5 trillion US dollars created under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Be part of the AU Youth Startup Program, which will have a dedicated pavilion for youth startups in Africa, where they will showcase their innovative ideas, prototypes, goods and services. The IATF will provide opportunities for matchmaking with venture capitalists, entrepreneurship training, networking amongst the youth and other delegates at the trade fair. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,600 exhibitors and over 35,000 attendees from more than 75 exhibiting countries. Participate in trade and investment deals worth 43 billion US dollars as business and government come together to explore business opportunities. The AU Youth Startup Program is anchored around 8 other verticals, and these are the Trade Exhibition, Trade and Investment Forum, a B2B and B2G platform, Country Days, IATF Virtual, Creative Africa Nexus, the Africa Automotive Show, and Diaspora Day. To participate and register for the AU Youth Startup Program, send your inquiry today to info@intraafricantradefair.com. The African Export-Import Bank, African Union Commission, AfCFTA Secretariat and the Arab Republic of Egypt invite you to join us from the 9th to the 15th of November at IATF 2023 in Cairo, Egypt. Intra-African Trade Fair, connecting African markets. For more information, visit www.intraafricantradefair.com.